The gospel is a great way to start your day. And what better way to learn about it than from us here at Daily Gospel? Before starting with today's gospel, remember to subscribe and like, so we can continue making these videos. Share this video with everyone you think would love to hear and see this message from Jesus. We start with the Gospel of November 19th of this great year 2022. Reading of the day. A reading from the book of Revelation. I, John, heard a voice from heaven speak to me. Here are my two witnesses. These are the two olive trees and the two lampstands that stand before the Lord of the earth. If anyone wants to harm them, fire comes out of their mouths and devours their enemies. In this way, anyone wanting to harm them is sure to be slain. They have the power to close up the sky, so that no rain can fall during the time of their prophesying. They also have power to turn water into blood, and to afflict the earth with any plague as often as they wish. When they have finished their testimony, the beast that comes up from the abyss will wage war against them and conquer them and kill them. Their corpses will lie in the main street of the great city, which has the symbolic names, Sodom and Egypt, where indeed their Lord was crucified. Those from every people, tribe, tongue, and nation will gaze on their corpses for 3.5 days. And they will not allow their corpses to be buried. The inhabitants of the earth will gloat over them, and be glad and exchange gifts, because these two prophets tormented the inhabitants of the earth. But after the 3.5 days, a breath of life from God entered them. When they stood on their feet, great fear fell on those who saw them. Then they heard a loud voice from heaven say to them, "Come up here." So they went up to heaven in a cloud as their enemies looked on. Gospel of the day. From the Gospel according to Luke. Some Sadducees, those who deny that there is a resurrection, came forward and put this question to Jesus, saying, "Teacher, Moses wrote for us, if someone's brother dies leaving a wife but no child, his brother must take the wife and raise up descendants for his brother. Now there were 7 brothers. The first married a woman but died childless. Then the second and the third married her. And likewise all the 7 died childless. Finally the woman also died. Now at the resurrection whose wife will that woman be? For all 7 had been married to her." Jesus said to them, "The children of this age marry and remarry. But those who are deemed worthy to attain to the coming age, and to the resurrection of the dead, neither marry nor are given in marriage. They can no longer die, for they are like angels, and they are the children of God, because they are the ones who will rise, that the dead will rise." Even Moses made known in the passage about the bush, when he called the Lord, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And he is not God of the dead, but of the living. For to him all are alive. Some of the scribes said in reply, "Teacher, you have answered well." And they no longer dared to ask him anything. Words of the Holy Father. Our pilgrimage goes from death to life, the fullness of life. We are on a journey, on a pilgrimage toward the fullness of life. And that fullness of life is what illumines our journey. Therefore death stands behind us, not before us. Before us is the God of the living. Before us stands the final defeat of sin and death, the beginning of a new time of joy and of endless light. But already on this earth, in prayer, in the sacraments, in fraternity, we encounter Jesus and his love. And thus we may already taste something of the risen life. With this great message from Jesus, we wish you a happy day. Remember that you help us a lot if you subscribe. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow on the Daily Gospel channel.